Alright, welcome back to ReZero Anime Review, episode number 68. We're reviewing this 60 episode series, which has got two different titles. Excuse me, which is interesting to say the least. Crunchyroll has the title of The Plan to Conquer Greed. On the Wiki site, basically, for this one, it has the title of The Crusade Against Greed. Yeah, and this covers the rest of Chapter 2, the first half of Chapter 3, and pretty much basically the rest of the second half of Chapter 6. My guess is I'll probably adapt this a little bit later. So here's what happens. So we have about a few different things here. Let's first talk about basically, well, basically let's talk about Priscilla and Sirius. Where basically Sirius is basically, she's like, ooh, is like, think with love and somehow basically getting to Latina, where like he's enamored by her, and then Priscilla, in order to snap her out of it, proceeds to make out with her. And of course she has a line like, no one will marry me because she kissed a beautiful woman. And then of course we have Sirius's followers come by, and of course Priscilla stops with fire. Latina's job is to basically sing to him so she can overcome Sirius's spell, her power. And then Priscilla proceeds to walk up to her and starts fighting her. And then, of course, basically, well, talk with love and whatever. And then, of course, also that, then, of course, they have that scene, which in the episode mentions something about a thorn princess, which basically does catch her attention. And then the episode ends with her basically going flying with all these little hooks. And that's that scene there. The episode had probably began with, get this, the ending of last week's episode, which, by the way, is taken from the second half of Chapter 6, where Lust has shown up in the room where we have Ferris and Crouch, and Lust proceeds to basically just walk up to Ferris, like hold her basically hold him by the throat, and even transforms. And of course, he has a knife, like stab me, and of course he stabs. Then she transforms into Crouch, like, oh, I thought you told me to stab it, Lady Crouch. And then the Crouch herself wakes up, reveals, nope, that's not Crouch, that's Anastasia. Now in the book, basically, she says, I'm the proxy for the council. And in the anime, she says, I'm the acting leader of the city. And then it proceeds to stomp the floor and proceeds to open up, dropping the Archbishop of Lust down about 10 stories, which she somehow survives. And then the episode, that thing ends. Well, she gets up, face is distorted, and then she's confronted by Al, who's somehow down this wherever this place is. And that's from basically the ending of, that's from the last 10 pages of Chapter 6. But a lot of the episode is this. We have Reinhardt basically just fighting throughout the city, smashing into buildings, going flying. Amelia sent basically an iceberg after Regulus, which is nothing. At one point, Reinhardt goes missing because basically he's in someplace. And of course, also, Subaru also theorizes basically, of course, they try to basically kick him with the balls, kick his vitals. Nope, didn't work. He mentions all about the Archbishop's basically all named stars, and apparently, Regulus is Latin for little king or small king. Then, of course, he misses something in Amelia's ear. Of course, the lion is like, can I borrow your ear? And she's like, we should have back when you're done, which basically, yes. Now, in the anime, he said ear. In the manga, in the book, he said ears. He whistles her ear, and then, of course, basically, she disappears, and then he goes to top of a building and basically yells down at Regulus, like, I know the secret of your authority. And he's like, where's wife number 97? He's like, goes greedy. And he's like, you want to change the subject, don't you? Like, I know your secret. But basically, Reinhardt also had stabbed him in the heart, and nothing happened. No heartbeat. And so Subaru figures out his weakness. Because apparently when he was grabbing Emilia, she felt nothing. And it wasn't hot, it wasn't cold, it was nothing. So apparently his secret is that he can something called Lion's Heart, which means he has the ability to stop his heart. Interesting. We'll probably pick this up next week, but yeah, that's a very interesting cliffhanger. Yeah, this probably wrapped up with the whole fight with Regulus. I'm thinking they'll probably wrap this up probably by next week. Yeah. But I'm curious, like, okay, we're only on book 19. Now, book 18, that definitely is fully adapted. Don't worry about that. Book 19. So far, anyways, in just 2 episodes, they've only adapted the prologue, the first half of chapter 1, the entirety of chapter 2, yeah, the entire chapter 2. I'd say about halfway through chapter 3. It starts chapter with page 111. They go straight to like 124. So, if you're really curious, like how much is the episode, like how much was adapted this very episode? If you're really curious, it is that's a big chunk of the episode. And the beginning of the episode is taken from this portion of the book. This tiny portion. Yeah, that's how much is adapted for this episode. Yep. And can you believe we only have 6 more to go for this whole season? Yes, sadly, we only have 6 more left to go. And there's no more anime today. That was the only anime I have to do today. So, the rest of the day just be Super Sentai reviews. Probably do a review a little bit later on. I'm watch a couple episodes, go off for a bit, and then basically come back to do a little more, do my review for it, and then do more Super Sentai. Probably do Super Sentai the rest of the day. I only have like 11 more to go for King Onger. So, that's a particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit the like button. Okay, next video. Bye.